Hey, welcome back. Another episode of What Are We Missing? Got your boy Wes, my boy Josh, Mr. 313. What's good, bro?
Happening. Good.
Dog, it was your birthday this past Monday, bro. You old now. I'm not going to reveal your age, though, but how was your birthday?
It was good, man. I went to the gym. I can still touch rim. So it's a good day.
Still got that bounce. I don't know if I can grab rim anymore. I haven't even tried, bro. Sure. But yeah, happy belated. Yeah, bro. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's sad your birthday is on the same day as MLK's assassination, though. But
yeah.
Anyway, we got a very special guest, our first college hooper. So Josh, you proclaim that Abby is your favorite.
Mm-hmm.
This one is my favorite. Okay.
Hey.
We got Jillian Brown, former EGR hooper, now at Northwestern, doing her thing. Thanks for joining us, Jillian. How you doing?
Good. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. No doubt.
So we're glad to have you. You had a great year. Looking at, I saw a couple of your games, but I really didn't realize you started every game except for like 2 or 3. Is that right?
Yeah, I missed 2 games early in the season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. That, especially as a freshman, that's big. Did you go into the year for real? Did you go into the year like with that mindset, like I'm trying to start, or knowing you're gonna start, or did it just naturally happen?
I definitely wanted to start. That wasn't like, I didn't go in expecting to start or expecting to like play a lot. I kind of just like, worked hard, and then I realized like there were minutes to be had, and so that was kind of like I realized that I could start, and it just kind of happened.
That's dope.
Like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, you should put that on a shirt. It's minutes to be had.
Right.
While they go get it.
Bro. I haven't heard that
mindset
before.
Right there.
I haven't heard that.
I like that. I like that.
Man, yeah, I do like that mindset.
Mm-hmm.
When I came in as a freshman at Grand Valley, I was just like, I'm just trying to survive. But I wish I had that mindset. Like, nah, yeah, I'm trying to play. So, so how did the season go for you personally? What are your thoughts on the season as a whole for you?
Yeah, I think the season went well for me. There were definitely ups and downs, like any freshman season or any season in general. But I feel like overall, I had a pretty good season. I guess like looking back, there's obviously things that I feel like, I could have done X, Y, and Z better. But, looking back, it's like I still played a lot and started on a really good team. So I guess that in itself kind of is just like, yeah, all right, I had a good season. Obviously there's more that I feel like I could have done, but I do feel like I had a really good season altogether.
For sure. Yeah, you definitely played at a high level.
I
saw you're in double figures a few times, which is dope. And just getting all sorts of stat sheet fillers. So not much different than what you did in high school. So
right.
Yeah.
You look real. I watched a couple of y'all games, checking you out. You look, obviously, I mean, if I didn't know that you was a freshman, I wouldn't have been able to tell. You look real comfortable out there, especially when I watched you on the Big Ten tournament when you was playing Michigan.
Yeah, it was definitely like the beginning of the year. I was kind of finding my groove. I had some really good games, but there were definitely a lot of ups and downs as to like any season. But towards the end, like the middle to the end, I started to really find my groove and start playing really well. So yeah.
Yeah. So what is the biggest difference between high school ball and college ball to you, if you had to pick out a few?
I would just say, honestly, like everything is obviously like the physicality, the speed, the skill of every player. But I would say like the biggest difference is just like, so I mean, in the non-conference, it's, you know, you're not playing as hard of teams, but during like Big Ten play, during conference play, it's like every game is a battle. Like even the teams that kind of finish like towards the lower end of the conference, like can beat any team.
Right.
And so really like it's just like every single game is tough and you have to bring it every single game. And that's so different from high school because it's like, okay, you know, you're gonna have no problem going 20-0, you know, on a good team. And I was lucky to play with my little sister and Allie Carlson and some other really good players. And yeah, it's very different because in high school, you know, you're not really looking at the third to last team in the conference and being like, you know, they could, you know, potentially beat us. A lot of times that just wasn't necessarily like a possibility. In college, you know, any team can beat any team.
Yeah, you don't gotta explain that to us.
Right.
That's why we got you on, so you can explain to everybody else.
Exactly. Everybody good, man. Everybody good. So yeah, like you said, like the last team in the conference all the way through, like it's just like an NFL, any given Sunday, any given day, you know, it's a battle. Like in conference play, what is that like preparation like from game to game? Like how do you guys typically just like approach each game? There's a lot of scout, a lot of film.
Yeah, so we have I'll just walk you through like our weekly schedule. So we play Thursday, Sunday. So we have Monday off, and then we have Tuesday, we have lift, film, and practice. And then we start going over scout for the team. We usually do offense the first day, defense the next day. So we do offense on their offense on Tuesday, their defense on Wednesday, and then game day, like their blobs and whatnot. And then game day, Thursday, practice Friday, lift Friday, lift and film for the next game, and then practice and film Saturday for the next game, and then we play Sunday. And a lot of that is traveling too. So, well, in February for us, we had 6 out of 8 games were away, which is crazy. So we were playing like every single day, but it would be like you'd leave a day before like morning or not, and then get back because we flew to every game basically. Yeah, I think almost every game except for like 1 or 2, and then we would get back that night.
Man, that's that's a
schedule, man.
Yeah.
Late, and then we got class the next day, and it's like we have to go to class.
That's what I was about to say. I was about to ask you, like, tell everybody. I mean, they hear that schedule, you know, but they don't realize there's a whole nother schedule that you got to like have in that schedule, which is your class schedule and your homework, and then like. So I was about to explain to everybody like the rhythm of that, you know, the challenges of it, you know, how'd you adjust all those things?
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. Like, you really just have to find the time to do your homework. Like, you really like, I mean, traveling like in February when we had all those away games, it was hard because we were missing class, and then like game days, we would have like the day before, and on game days we'd have like study hall, but you know, like you're busy, so you don't have a ton of time. You just have to like take advantage of every time, and it's really not that bad because like there's so many resources to help, and like, you know, for us, we can get tutors like for any class, which helps a lot. So if you like take advantage of those things, you know, it's really not that bad. But you know, coming back, like, you know, getting back from a game super late and then going to practice or going to class the next morning, right to practice, getting back late, like, you know, it's a whole thing, but it's fun. Like, I love it, and I think most people love it. Otherwise, you can't really do it.
You have to love it. That's for sure. You have to love it. Yeah, I mean, you're hooping. That's like Josh said, that's scheduling itself, and you got the class. But you go to Northwestern, like, that's a prestigious school. So yeah, talk about a little bit, you know, about how, you know, tough those classes are, and what's your toughest class that you're taking right now?
Yeah, the classes are definitely tough. I would say my hardest class right now, this is my last quarter of Spanish, and it's just a lot of work. Like, it's not super difficult, but it's a lot of work. And then I'm in a COM 395 class. It's like environmental arts and advocacy. And that's a tough class. You know, everybody in the classes are really smart. So it kind of makes you like just smarter and like have to really pick it up and like be focused and whatnot.
Yeah, no doubt. Shoot. How many years have you taken Spanish?
Just here, well, obviously here only one, but I've taken it like basically my whole life. But I took it in high school, so I tested out of 1 year here. So you typically get for 2, depending on your major.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's what's up. That's something I wish I would have kept going. I took 3 years in high school and I stopped, but I wish I would have taken it all the way through college. But yeah, so back on the topic of basketball. So after year 1, so you had a good year, what would you go back and tell high school Jillian if you could go back and talk to her?
That's a great question. I would honestly just say, like, keep working, because like all the work that you put in now, like, is visible in college. Like, all the work that I put in high school, all the lifting was very much noticed when I got to college. So, like, in the summer lifting, I remember like our strength and conditioning coach like said that she could tell that I had a really good lifting coach back home. So shout out David Dixon and Alpha Human Performance. But like, those are some things that I would tell myself to like keep doing, because that was really beneficial.
Absolutely. Yeah, when we watch players, particularly freshmen, that physicality piece is definitely something that is the most glaring. Like when you just look with your eyes. But yeah, so I can definitely tell. We could definitely tell that you definitely, you know, put that side of the game, took that side of the game serious, and that's why you started all those games. So yeah, hats off to you on that.
Yeah, for, you know, too, with the lifting and conditioning and all that stuff, you know, there's a lot of people that stress skill work, which is important. You know, it's really important. But, you know, when I see you out there on the court, you know, from my couch, you know, and I say you look comfortable, it's because you look strong. You know, you can tell when somebody's legs are underneath them or if they're not, you know. So I guess I know you touched on it a little bit, but stress, like, to, you know, the viewers, just how important they need to take their body to play college basketball, because like the physicality is different.
Right.
Yeah, it's no joke. It's like you really, if you want to play, like, you have to be physically ready, along with obviously mentally. But, you know, just like you said, like the comfortability thing, like just playing, like not even like just doing skill work. Like, you gotta find times to play pickup, to play 1-on-1, play 3-on-3, like anything like that, because that just gets you more comfortable playing, you know, and playing it with the highest level of people possible, right? So for me, like, playing against guys was very beneficial. because the physicality, athleticism, skill, all that was, I was playing against a lot of people that were better than me, and that pushed me. So
yeah. No, yeah, that's important. That's something common that a lot of girls that we've interviewed have said, playing against guys, playing one-on-one. So just trying to figure out ways to, always get better. That physicality thing is we can talk about that all day. It's so true. I remember my first practice at Grand Valley. So you know how first practices are. Everybody's sloppy, hacking each other. They're not really used to like playing officiated games. So coaches not
lungs
calling fouls. Right. It's basically like a football practice. And I'm like on the floor. I'm getting pushed out of bounds. I'm like, dang, like this is different, man. Like I was used to being like the strongest guy on the floor. But yeah, it was a big adjustment for me. So what was your biggest adjustment for you?
I would say just like getting used to a different style of play, like not having the ball in my hands all the time. Like you got to learn to move without the ball and impact the game in other ways too.
Yeah.
That was definitely different because, obviously like any player that's going to play in college is, one of the best players on their high school team.
Right.
And so like you're used to a different type of play. And then when you get to college, it's obviously going to be different. So I think adjusting to that, and then, just the physicality and the speed. And even looking back, like I look at the beginning of the year to the end, and I can tell such a big difference between the player that I was, so
yeah. Absolutely.
That's good. Too, that would, looking back at my college days, that adjustment between, high school and then college and the role that you play on the squad. When I was in high school, I was the man. I could do whatever I wanted to do, and had the ball in my hand all the time. And in college, my role changed. I didn't start. I just had to wait until coach called my number, if he ever called it. And so what would you say like your role on your team was?
I feel like my role like changed a little bit throughout the season. I feel like I was just a defensive stopper, like rebounder, like somebody that played hard and like knew it, like the offense, the defense, because we play like a matchup zone defense, and you really have to know it well to be able to play. So somebody that like knew the defense, so it's just like did the little things to win, and then also like shooter, playmaker, like and then towards the end, like I started to score a lot more.
No doubt. Role playing, man. That's what winners do. That's what winners do. No doubt. That's something I didn't get. I thought I had to, drop 20 to 30 to get on the court. I actually got yelled at for like just focusing on scoring, you know what I mean? Especially as a point guard, I had to do all sorts of other things. So winners play a role, winners do everything. So you talked about the ups and downs of really the sport of basketball, but I feel like in college it's even more. There's so many more games, and so how do you typically bounce back after like a tough outing or even a tough stretch?
Honestly, it's hard, but like it's just a mental thing. Like you have to bounce back.
Yeah,
you have to. You can't dwell on like a bad game, or you miss a shot. Like you have to get over it. And that was something that I had to learn too. It's just like, each game, like you play in a few days, there's nothing to like, you don't gotta wait a week to play. You have.
That's the beauty of basketball.
Yeah, exactly. So it's really like a mental thing. I would just get more shots up, whatnot. And then like another person that helped me a lot was like Andy Secor, make shots, like break down my my shots for the game. And just like if I had a rough shooting game, I remember one time he was just like, you're still starting on a Big Ten team that is doing really well. And I was just like, okay, it just puts it in perspective. So you gotta put things in perspective and just keep working and like tell yourself like, one game like doesn't really define you. You just gotta like, you really just have to keep working.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep. I love how you. My bad. I love how you like have someone that you can confide in, because I think that's something that's super underrated. Having somebody you can trust, to go to when you are going through a tough time. Because we keep that bottled in.
Yeah. My family was like very supportive too. Like, if I had a rough game, they would never be like, oh, you got to do this and this and that. Just like that helped a lot because it is like emotional, like the season is definitely emotional and there are ups and downs and like you just have to stay, your mind has to stay right. And my family helped a lot with that too.
For sure. Yeah. Have to stay even keeled.
Have to. That's what I was gonna say. It's like, talking about like the grind of things. Obviously there's like a physical grind. We talked a little bit about that. But really, I feel like for people who end up, not be able to sustain their college career, there's a lot of like internal stuff. It's a lot of emotional things. It's like I don't have anybody to talk to. I feel like I'm, losing myself, whatever it is, and so to have somebody to talk to and be able to help you internally is big.
Yeah, and there's so many factors, man. There's so many factors, like maybe you're doing bad in some of your classes. Jillian, you're not at home, like you're in a new space, new surrounding for probably the first time ever. Maybe something's happening at home where you can't get back, or something's happening with your friends or significant others. So it's just a lot of different things that can really affect your game, and you got to have people around you that'll keep you really grounded and focused. So we've been there. So it's definitely an up and down thing emotionally. Like I could not have gotten through freshman year without my brother. So he was a senior when I was a freshman. So just having him was just like, man, it really, he saved me a bunch of times. But I think I used him as a crutch a little too much, because sophomore year, I started about half the year and then I lost my starting spot. And then I was just all jacked up mentally. Like the rest of the season, I was just like, I was done. So I really had to learn to like really learn how to control my emotions and pick myself up and get mentally tougher. And I bounced back the next year. But yeah.
A lot of people think, if you lose your starting spot or something, like, you gotta like do what's best for the team and whatnot. But like you're a competitor, like you want to start,
Exactly.
Like that, people don't just like take that easily. Like, okay, like if you're a competitor, like that's obviously gonna affect you, and you have to like really try and not let it.
Exactly. Yeah, especially 99% of college players have probably started all their lives. So it's definitely a humbling experience, no doubt. But yeah, like everybody's competing, even though you're in a team, like everybody's competing against each other, no doubt. And I think that's what makes teams better though. So
So what was tell us about your favorite game that you played this year?
I think for obvious reasons, the Michigan game was my favorite. Overtime, they were ranked 4th at the time. We just played. it was just a really fun game.
Yeah.
We played so together and we just played so hard. And defensively, like I would say that was my favorite defensive game. Because our defense is like we call it blizz. And there's a lot of like rotations and whatnot, and we kind of freelanced a little bit. And it just worked so well, and we were just so together. And I think it was kind of like a turning point for us, and we wanted it really bad, so it was just a fun game.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, that was a big win for y'all.
Yeah.
Obviously everybody loves like games where your team is hot, behind the three, or you're scoring a bunch, but there's something about like just locking up as a team.
It is.
Yeah,
it is. Like, right, my favorite one from us.
What?
When we was in the UP. But I don't even know how many points we scored that game. It was probably like 20. But you remember, but we was locking up and we won. Went to the locker room at Tech and just started.
Oh yeah, yep. Yeah, I remember that game. Yep.
Something about it
for sure. But yeah, so your favorite game of the year. Yeah, I knew you was gonna say that Michigan game. So let's go to maybe the toughest team that you faced and why, and then the toughest player too.
I would say the toughest team. There are a lot of good. I would say obviously Michigan is really good this year. Ohio State. So we played them kind of in the beginning of Big Ten play, and I went into the game fully thinking we were gonna win. I was like, oh yeah, we should win this one.
Yeah.
They beat us pretty good. And that was kind of like what I talked about earlier about like high school, you're so used to winning and whatnot. That was the beginning of Big Ten play. We lost, and I was just like, what? Like, we're supposed to won the Big Ten, like top 25 team, like, and then we lost, and I was like shocked because I thought we were gonna win, but no, they were really good. They ended up winning the Big Ten this year. And then Indiana was really good. We should have beat them. Iowa obviously, but
we've seen Iowa a couple times.
Yeah.
Best player played against Caitlin Clark.
Yeah, we heard a lot about her and watched her.
And we ended up playing Iowa 3 times this year. So but she's just a tough player to play against because you always have to know where she is. Like you have to pick her up at half court, otherwise she's gonna pull up.
Yep.
And she did a really good job. Like she didn't like go off against us or anything, which was good.
Yeah.
Did you ever have to chase her around at all?
No, because of the zone, not really.
So y'all stay in that, just y'all like Syracuse, you just stay in that just 24/7?
The matchup zone.
Okay.
So it's a lot of movement, and it's a lot of movement, but it's not like you're going from like one end of the court to the other. So
that matchup zone is tough. It's real
tough. When we're like talking and everybody's on the same page, it's really tough.
Shout out to Chris Warner. He's our boy. He played at Northern Michigan. So Northern Michigan always played that matchup zone, and we always had fits with it, especially up there. Because playing in UP was not easy at all. But that matchup zone for sure. So you mentioned Michigan a few times. Obviously, we gotta bring Macy up. She told us that you gave her a call and was like, "Are you sure?" About her choice, but talk about how how you're looking forward to playing her a couple times a year, and what's that going to be like for the fam.
I'm excited. I'm not really excited to play against her, but I think it's gonna be really fun. She's like obviously, my baby sister, one of my best friends, like, and I want her to do well. So it's gonna be hard if I'm like going against her. I'm like, shoot it. Like, I'm not gonna block it. But obviously, I want to beat Michigan, but I want her to do well.
Ah, man.
You want her to drop 30, but in a L.
Oh shoot, that's funny. That's funny. A little quiet clap.
Right.
A little high five.
Yeah, that's real funny.
She had a bit of a tough year. Obviously with Allie going down, and I think she held her own for sure. I went to a couple of games, and like she just, especially with like student sections, she just gets just so much like hate. Like why do you think that? Is it because she's going to Michigan and like the state is like so divided, or like why do you think?
I really don't know. It's like interesting because I never got that.
Yeah.
I think people knew better, but
let's get it. Let's get you, man. Hey, man, shoot, it's tie now. Right. It's a tie. She didn't knew better.
I told you, bro. I told you she was the one. I told you. I've been telling you.
Oh boy.
Been telling you.
But yeah, I think it's probably because he's going to Michigan. Like people don't think of Northwestern and be like, oh, like, I don't think people know that we're good, like that we won the Big Ten, like all that type of stuff. So it's like, I don't know, Michigan, it's like, oh, it's Michigan, like
right.
And then I guess also just that they didn't win as much this year,
right?
That probably plays into it.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, I think that's the reason right there too. But bad news, she got another year for these cats. So I think she's looking for blood next year, no doubt.
She is.
Yeah.
It's gonna be crazy. So after next year, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be you, Northwestern, sister at Michigan, Abby at State, and then my Darren at State. Dang. It's gonna be NBA.
It is.
Yeah.
Allie at Western.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
Even Cadence is going to Toledo? Is it? Dykstra?
Oh yeah, I think that. Yeah.
What's
that?
Yeah,
I did see that.
Y'all roll deep, man. Like y'all roll deep. What's that culture like? What's the secret?
I would say like, I don't know, West Michigan has really grown in women's basketball. Like when I was coming up, we didn't really have like a ton of players going to play in the Big Ten, and now there's 4 from NBA.
Yep.
And then a lot of players going to play Division I too. So it's cool to see it develop, and I think like, I mean, obviously I'm gonna say like my mom has, a big part to do with that, just with NBA, and I think she's done such a great job, and yeah, I would say just like there's kids that want to be great here, so yeah.
It seems like there's a standard in the culture with the NBA from like an early age. We talked to who we talked to? We talked to like Elena a couple weeks ago, and like just from like 5th grade, she just kind of had that instilled in her, just to be just a great, not just player but athlete. So Darren said some of the same things. Your sister said some of the same things. So so I got I got a daughter now. She's about to be 2. So
I remember when I first like when you were just she was just about to be born.
Yeah.
And I came.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. Time flies for sure.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Trying to get her into basketball.
I want to. I mean, I'm not gonna force her, but I'm, guiding her in that direction. So
forcefully guiding. Yeah.
Right. We'll see. I might get connect with your mom. Try to coach when she gets of age. I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully, it all works out.
Yeah. So let's transition just a little bit into your summer program. So, what's your summer gonna be like?
So, we get out of school kind of late. So, I'll be here for a month, like July, and we'll just be lifting and practicing, just 8-hour weeks. But it's gonna be. I mean, I love like the summer. That's I spent like most of my time in the gym, and it's just summer is just like the off season is fun because especially the 8-hour weeks, when you just have so much time to put in work, and yeah, it's gonna be a lot of lifting, a lot of conditioning, and a lot of basketball.
That's dope. So personally, what are you trying to add to your game or try to improve for the sophomore season?
Yeah, I would just say like everything overall. I'm working on a lot of ball handling, obviously shooting, working on a lot of like defensive stuff too, just to become a better defender, and just say like my mentality too, like. Being more aggressive on offense and
touch on that. What a little bit more your mentality. What goes into that kind of working on your mentality?
Just being like and knowing that next year I'm gonna have to be aggressive, on offense, like whether it be scoring or playmaking. For us to be successful, and just kind of having the mindset that like, I can get to the rim, I can make plays, and that kind of clicked towards the end of the year for me too, when I started to score a lot more, just like, I mean, that's really it, just like knowing that I can, and I'm gonna have to like be aggressive, and I've put a lot of work in, so might as well be confident.
Might as well.
Yeah, that's what the work is for.
Right,
the work is for.
No doubt.
So what do you want to accomplish, as a player for yourself, when you're sophomore year, and then team wise as well?
I just want to for myself, just do all the little things that it's going to take to win, and then just like winning next year, because I think we can be really good. Obviously we lost Veronica Burton, best point guard, best defender in the nation, and but she's going to be drafted on Monday, which
that's dope.
It's really exciting. So but we're returning Courtney Shaw, one of the best bigs in the Big Ten, the best rebounder in the Big Ten, like just probably the most athletic person that I've ever seen. And she was getting even better like towards the end of the season too. And then Sydney Wood, who started the year last year, they're both coming back for the 5th year, but she got hurt and she missed like the whole season, but her IQ is so high, and she was a really important piece on the Big Ten champ team, and then just a really good player. And then everybody else is we're getting a lot better, and we want it. So I think that next year is gonna be fun.
That's dope. I love it. Do you guys watch, or do you watch other college games that come on TV?
Yeah. I mean, we always keep track of all the Big Ten teams, and then like across the board too. We watch a lot of games together too.
Okay. Did you check the national championship game this year?
Yeah.
It's
a good game.
Oh, no doubt. I was kind of torn because I like I like Paige, but I really like Dawn Staley.
Yeah.
But
I wasn't torn at all.
who are you,
Oh.
who was you going for?
South Carolina, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I could tell probably like 6-7 minutes in that South Carolina was gonna win, just by the way things were going. But yeah, do you watch those games? Like, obviously, I know you want to be there, but like, does those type of games kind of motivate you?
Oh, definitely. And it also just like watching the whole tournament. I don't know if you guys like paid attention to like Physicality and whatnot. We should have. We got a little bit chipped on that.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, we can be in that position. Like, we can make a Sweet 16, Elite 8, like, and it's really motivating. It's really motivating. And we definitely have a chip on our shoulder. So, like,
yeah,
no doubt. I think y'all can do it though.
I do too. When I was watching y'all for your last game in the Big Ten tournament, y'all went on a little run. I can't remember at some point, but I was like, man, y'all good. You're good. So yeah, y'all definitely can do it.
Yeah.
Real quick though, I want to ask you, because you said something and about you and your team watching games. Talk just a little bit about your team dynamic. Like, what do y'all do together? Like, just to relax, like kick it, like,
We I would say like our culture, like off the court is really good because we're all super close. And yeah, I love my team. Like, all like really, we're all like best friends. So it's like it's a special team. We hang out a lot. And when we're together, like, it's just, we're loud and just always laughing.
Yeah.
Man, that's what's up.
You brought me back. That's one thing I miss. Honestly, more than the game is just
same
time with the team.
Same.
Even something as simple as just going to eat together, like after practice, going to the cafeteria, or just chilling in the locker room after the games. Like, it's funny because we always, before practice, we would go into the locker room, everybody was quiet, especially after a game where we lost and we knew we was gonna get killed. Like, probably got to run a lot and stuff. But after practice, like, we had way more energy. I don't know. We were stupid, but yeah, we had like something called it's a bin war. So basically, we had a bin of like dirty jerseys and stuff in the middle of the locker room, and it was always like an impromptu challenge. So if like somebody just walked, so if I walked up to Josh and just started wrestling him, it's a bin war. So the person that puts the other guy in the bin wins. So like, we just had dumb stuff like that. So that's the stuff I miss about hooping in college. But yeah. Do you guys have like you have like stupid games you guys play?
Oh yeah, we have so many. One person on our team like just loves playing headbands, and what's it called? It's like this game on a little like disc, and it's kind of like categories. But categories, we would play that. So after practice every day, we roll and we foam roll, and we would play categories like damn near every time. Like during the end of the year, we started playing it, and it's just goofy because like we love playing it for some reason. And it was so much fun.
Man, I love it. You
for real.
You ain't gotta explain it to us.
Usually
the goofier the better. And people just don't understand that. Didn't really play like a team sport, but
yeah, that's dope.
Let's you want to hit him with the quick hitters?
Let's get it. All right, so first one, favorite basketball player of all time.
LeBron
James.
That's another reason why she's my favorite. Like, it's just, did you see lack of hesitation there. Like it was just.
That's true. Yeah, you're the first
Bro.
person to hesitate.
I don't know why. I don't know why all the other players we have been interviewing, they're just like,
no.
I don't know. I'm like, how do you not know?
Man, how do you not know? It should be obvious that it's a bar.
Yeah. That's why she the one. That's why you the one.
Kindred spirits.
Man. So I know you probably frustrated like I am from this year that the Lakers have been having. Like it's tough. It's tough.
It is. It's hard to watch.
Mm-hmm.
It's
really
sad.
like I went from I ain't watching this crap to dang, LeBron's gonna be retiring soon. So I'm like, I'm torn because like when he retires, I really don't know what I'm gonna do with myself. Like I don't.
It'll be a mess.
I'm gonna be like, y'all gonna have to check on me like, hey. It's a real thing. But cool, I'm glad we agree on Brian. Second question is, what is one movie or show that you can watch on repeat?
Love and Basketball, definitely a comfort movie.
Okay. That's that movie, man. That's that movie.
It is.
Like every hooper, like that's definitely like the safe option. Like if I don't know exactly my favorite movie, I'm gonna say Love and Basketball.
Man.
I feel you.
Man.
Bree, my wife, she can't stand that movie. Like
really?
What?
Yeah, she'll watch it, but she just bashes on Q, like he's the worst person. Like, yeah, he an a-hole.
Yeah.
Let's just get it there.
He messed up.
Yeah.
He messed up. He did.
But I look at it from like a psychological standpoint. Like my man was going through a lot. We talked about, like outside circumstances that affect you on the court. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like parents going through a divorce. That was really the biggest one, right?
Right. Then he don't know what he want to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's going through a lot, man.
Yeah.
Come on,
I'm not excusing his behavior, but
no,
I can understand. You know what I mean? I can understand. He took the girl to Burger King. You know what I mean? So
bro, that's funny.
I love that movie though.
That's it.
I got me a Quincy McCall jersey upstairs actually.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. All right, so next one. What if you could eat dinner with any 5 people, dead or alive, who would they be?
Okay, obviously LeBron.
Mm-hmm.
Probably Michael Jordan. Either of the Obamas, Michelle or Barack.
Okay.
And then Summer Walker and Brent Fayez, my favorite artists.
Okay.
All right.
It's a nice table.
It is. Mike and Brown might get into a fight though.
It's awkward.
Yeah, a little awkwardness.
Even when they said what up to each other on All-Star Weekend, I was like,
it's not authentic.
That was for the cameras, man. All right, last question is in your answer, you have to help us get this person or people. Who should we have on the show next?
My older sister, Olivia Brown. Definitely.
Cool. Yeah. And I know she has her own podcast as well. So yeah that'll be dope to connect.
Some great insights. I mean, I don't know if you guys knew this, but she transferred from her old school
to Southpaw, right?
Yeah.
A
really good.
I was keeping an eye out.
Yeah, and she's playing with the girl from Coopersville, right?
Mm-hmm.
She was, yeah. She's transferring. Yeah.
Oh, she's transferring too? Dang.
Was that public information?
Yeah.
That transfer portal something serious.
It is.
But cool. Yeah, we love to have your sister. Is she taking another year or is she?
Yeah, she was a junior this year, so she'll have well, she'll have 2 more years.
Oh wow.
But yeah.
She get the COVID. Right? Yeah.
That's what's up.
She the OG for real.
She is OG.
Yeah, she the OG.
Yeah. She got things started. You know what I mean?
She did. Got the ball rolling.
Good.
Yeah. Not to make this conversation way too long, but what would you say out of you three? What would you say that kind of is a difference between each of your games? Like, what makes you guys distinctively like stand out, if that makes sense?
I think we all have different games. We all do a lot of things like in common. We all have like a lot of similar things about our games. Like we're all great passers and playmakers, but our styles of play differ a little bit. And then obviously like our sizes and everything is going to be a factor. So, you know, Macy's like 6 foot, lefty. You know, I'm 5'10", just like more strength. Macy's more athleticism. Olivia is she's a little shorter. She's not short, but she's shorter than me. But she's like very hard worker, high IQ.
Yeah, I'll say that's a good summary.
Right. And you're in a unique position because you got to play with both of them at 2 different times in high school, and I thought that was really dope. Most people can't even play with their one sibling, let alone 2. So
yeah, it was cool being the younger sister than the older sister.
Yeah, no doubt. And I love because I watched a lot of your games. I love seeing that dynamic, how you kind of transferred from those 2 roles. So yeah, that's dope. Man, I think that's it, bro. That's another one.
That's it. Another great interview.
Man, we in a blessed position, man. We in a blessed position right now.
Yeah, really are.
Especially to have you on the show, Jillian. As you know, I've admired you for years, so it was great to see the position that you're in and having early success. So we wish you the best of luck, really, this summer as you get ready for next year. And we'll be watching. So good luck to you, man. Anything else, Jay?
I'm gonna need you and Abby to play 1-on-1 so I can see which one my favorite now. Yeah, so that's what I need.
You gotta make a decision. Hey, you're gonna have about 3 years, bro, to figure that out.
That's true.
At least 2 games a year. So Josh is either going to be a State fan or a Northwestern fan. So
yeah.
No.
Hey.
Hey, the line of the whole interview was, no one hated on me because they knew better. Like
they knew better.
That's cold. That's cold work right there. I need to have that confidence just
for real. I came from the heart too. I was a stage. I came straight from the heart.
Usually don't even talk like that, but gotta do what you gotta do. This is true. Say
it. Yeah. Like you'll get some. I call these people casuals. Casuals that'd be like, oh, that's cocky. You need to be more humble. Nah, like real hoop fans, real hoopers. They get it. Like, that's what you need. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and it's the casuals that be talking to you, be hating on you. You know?
For real.
It's a double standard. But anyway, we appreciate you on the show. We'll let you get back to your studying. Appreciate you taking a break and hanging out with us. But good luck the rest of the way, and we'll catch up soon.
Yep.
All right, thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely.
No problem.
That's another episode of What We Missing. Wes, Josh, Jillian, we out. Peace.